MasterChef is back, searching for the country's best amateur cooks.
Oh, God. Nothing like leaving it to the last minute, is there?
Oh, my goodness.
Each week, 10 new contestants battle for a place in the quarter-final.
I can't fault anything on this. It's phenomenal.
Only the best will make it through to the final challenges.
Everything about this dish works. That's good cookery.
Amateur cooks from all over the country with the same burning ambition to be our next MasterChef champion.
Light the stoves, polish the cutlery, it's MasterChef time.
These 5 passionate home cooks all think they've got what it takes to become MasterChef champion. But at the end of today's heat, only 2 will make it through to this week's quarter-final.
My husband always says there's nothing to eat in the house and I produce something amazing. So if you've got the basics, you can make nearly anything.
The thought of cooking for John and Greg is fairly terrifying, but I certainly don't want to be going home on day one.
My dad never let me win as a child and kind of instilled this competitive edge, so I'm hoping it does stand me in good stead.
Welcome to the MasterChef kitchen. You've all brought in your own ingredients to cook your signature dish.
What we want you to do is cook us something that shows Greg and I what sort of cook you truly are. At the end of this round, we will choose our 2 favourite plates of food. The contestants who have cooked those will get themselves a MasterChef apron each, and they'll go straight through to the next round. The remaining 3 cooks will have to stay and fight it out for the other 2 aprons. 1 hour and 15 minutes, your signature dish. We know you've practiced it. Let's cook.
For the last 5 years, 27-year-old Mike has been travelling the world as a cruise ship entertainer, but is now back living with his parents.
My mum, I'm not going to say she's a terrible cook, but she's not a good one. And it got to the point where I was like, if we want to eat good food, I'm just going to have to do it. As a kid, it became the thing that I did every day when I came back from school would be, I'm cooking dinner for the whole family.
Some fine-looking shellfish, Mike.
Yes, only the good stuff for you, Greg.
Beautiful. What's your dish, please?
It's going to be a squid ink ravioli filled with ricotta, the shellfish, some lemon, some parsley. Be nice and beautiful.
Langoustine and ricotta inside the ravioli.
Yes.
And the squid ink is going where?
Squid ink's going in the pasta, so it should be a nice black pasta with a white kind of filling inside.
Whoa!
Hopefully it will look good.
That sounds fabulous. So your favourite food is the food of Italy?
Love the food of Italy. I used to work on a cruise ship, and we went around Italy all the time.
Were you a dancer?
Close. I was an entertainment host. Not quite the body shape for a dancer.
Mike's battling to peel his langoustine, and he's only got 5 tails of langoustine going inside that pasta filling. I hope that's going to be enough. It's not just cheese and basil and lemon. When you promise langoustine, you want langoustine.
I'm having a shocker here, John. This one fell apart in my hands.
If you push the sides...
Yeah?
Yeah, that's it. And then open them up the sideways. There you go. It'll pop out for you. There you are.
Oh, thank you, John.
Former city trader Alexina has recently taken on a management role at a food delivery startup, which rekindled a passion for food sparked as a teen working in a fishmonger's.
The lady who ran that, she was the most phenomenal home cook I've ever met. And at the back of the shop, we would cook up the fish for lunch. That was a big turning point for me when I really, really started to become obsessed with food.
Alexina is making for us an Indian dish. Rump of lamb. With it, we've got a dal puree. Dal meaning lentils. And I hope there's lots and lots of spices going into that dal puree. And then there's a savoury granola, which looks like a mixture between corn breakfast cereal and puffed wheat, which has also got spices on it with cumin and coriander. Never had that before. Like the idea of it.
Alexina, what are you making?
This is sort of a lockdown dish for me. I was, during lockdown, me and my flatmate found ourselves, obviously, in close quarters, and she's from India. She started to teach me, so she taught me how to make the basics, dal and things like that.
Does your friend, your flatmate, know that you are doing one of her dishes on here?
Yes, she does. So she's OK with me stealing her recipes, apparently.
That's a great honour.
Yes, exactly.
20 minutes have gone, ladies and gentlemen. You've had 20 minutes.
As a child, property manager Josh was a fussy eater and credits his granddad with broadening his horizons.
My granddad cooked me my very first curry, and I tasted it and I pretended I hated it and I ran away from the table after I tried it, and secretly it was like, oh my God, that was actually pretty good. And that kind of like opened my eyes to, you know, flavour.
Josh, what is your dish, please?
So it's a pan-roasted duck breast, potato croquettes, carrot puree and an orange sauce.
You're doing a duck à l'orange.
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Why duck?
Sophie loves it. Sophie's favourite.
Is Sophie your wife?
Fiancée. We were supposed to get married in August. But, yeah, global pandemic.
It was Sophie's choice.
Sophie, there you go. Very good.
What Josh has got to do is get the seasoning absolutely right. I want that duck breast to be nice and peppery because the orange is bitter. Carrot puree needs to be lovely and fine. Potato croquette, filling must be lovely and fluffy and the outside really crispy. Good dish, but it's the execution which is a difficult thing.
Jim is director of a construction firm, but his dream is to run a bistro showcasing his passion for hearty British classics.
You get to a stage in life, I suppose, and you think, you know, life's too short not to seize the moment, and instead of looking at it, talking about it, get on and do something about it.
Jim's really going for it, and he's doing a classic dish. He's doing fillet of beef with mushroom sauce, with brandy. Wonderful, as long as there's not too much brandy and the alcohol's been cooked out. He's also then got potato fondants, but they're massive, and I hope he's got enough time to cook them all the way through.
How important is cookery to you, then?
It's everything, really, Greg. My mum was my inspiration. I grew up, there was a good meal on the table. The family always sat round and had that meal. We discussed the day's problems, the day's delights. It was safety, it was security, it was love. Justice worth its weight in gold.
30 minutes left. Half an hour left.
Bridal consultant Kerry grew up in Northern Ireland, and food was an integral part of her family life.
My grandmother and my aunts are great cooks. There was always something cooking on that range. So I know how to make all the very traditional dishes, and that's kind of passed down through the generations to my generation, and I'm hopefully passing that on to my daughter as well.
One of the basic things you're taught to cook as a young Irish girl is Irish stew. So my dish is, it's kind of like a posh Irish stew. Brack of lamb. I'm doing a beautiful little pistachio crumb with roast potatoes and heritage carrots, and also some little turnip balls, and I'm doing a lavender honey jus with it.
Lavender honey, that's bees gone to a lavender plant, right?
Yeah, that's right. I watched the bees all during lockdown go to my lavender plant, and I thought, oh, there must be beautiful lavender honey somewhere. So this is a French lavender honey that I'm using today.
Lavender. Lavender is a really strong herb. The smell of many perfumes, and that with honey, which is sweet, in a sauce with lamb. I hope she gets that balance right. Is your pan on?
Yes, it is.
Because you've only got 15 minutes to go, and your duck's just going on now.
Yes.
Right.
Just the beef, I don't think it's going to be done in time, so it's just down to the wire now.
They're not ravioli. Ravioli's either round or square, and that's agnolotti.
They're half round.
No.
This duck's taken a lot longer than I thought it was going to be honest. It's gonna be close, I think, yeah. Yeah.
Cooked enough?
I think so. I'm very happy with that colour.
Struggling.
You haven't got a great deal of time to rest this now, have you?
No,
You got 2 minutes.
I got it wrong, Greg.
You have just 60 seconds. Get it on the plate right now. 60 seconds. You've got to get that duck on the plate now. Right now. That's it. Stop. Time's up. Well done.
First up is cruise ship entertainer Mike, with his squid ink pasta filled with langoustine, ricotta, basil and lemon, in a tomato sauce infused with the langoustine shells.
Why is it no longer a ravioli?
Because John told me off.
Your pasta, as well as looking lovely in that squid ink black, is also nicely cooked and it's really quite thin. Well done on that. I think you've done well to get some fish and some salty flavour of the shells into the tomato sauce. The one big issue is here, I can't taste very much langoustine.
The cheesy filling inside is that. It's ricotta cheese and lemon and basil. Those three things are quite strong. And what's happened is that has made the langoustine disappear. Mike, I like your idea. Hasn't quite worked.
No. I'm a bit disappointed with the feedback, but there were some positives at least. Yeah, I did what I could.
Business manager Alexina is serving her lamb rump with a cumin, coriander and chili dal, mustard seed potatoes, spiced chevdo made from cornflakes, puffed rice and peanuts, and 2 chutneys, date and tamarind, and mint with coriander.
The lamb's cooked very, very nicely. I like the lamb rump. The dal itself is smooth. The black mustard seeds running through the potatoes release a little bit of warmth. The chevdo is extraordinary because it's like I'm having a bit of cereal and I'm having peanut butter. Yeah, I like it.
I think this is fascinating because so many textures and ingredients together possibly shouldn't work. But every time I put my fork back in there, I come up with a smile on my face. So very, very well done. Get you.
Thank you. I got really pissed. Because you sort of cook for your friends and family and they always go, oh, it's really delicious because they're being fed. And so to kind of get validation from John and Greg was just really great feeling.
Property manager Josh has served his duck breast with potato croquettes, asparagus, carrot puree, and an orange sauce.
Lovely croquettes, crispy on the outside, really fluffy in the middle, well done. I love your sauce.
Thank you.
Real meaty richness and a real orange tang to it. However, we've got a couple of issues with your duck because it's bleeding and there's too much white, uncooked fat on it.
Swiss chard, the leaves have still got a bit of crunch to them, which is good. The way your plates look is wonderful. The issue here is your duck and your timing.
I'm okay. I knew I'd got it wrong. My dish was a duck dish and I got the duck wrong, so I'll definitely be in there again, I think. Damn it.
Construction director Jim's fillet of beef has been served on mixed mushrooms, cooked in cream and mustard, and accompanied by a potato fondant, parsnip crisps, and a red wine jus.
The beef is going dry and a little chewy because you didn't give it enough time to rest. My potato is cooked through, but nowhere near cooked soft enough that you'd want a buttery fondant to be.
Your sauce is sensational. It's really deep and meaty, but sweet. All the mushrooms are cooked nicely. There's a small amount of cream, a little bit of warmth of brandy on the back of your throat, which I think is really, really good. But you've got a potato fondant, which is bigger than the piece of beef. And that right in the centre is still hard potato.
I obviously would have liked to have, got the other bits over the line, but timing is big. I've got to really have a think about that.
Finally, it's bridal consultant Kerry, with her take on an Irish stew. Roast rack of lamb, served with roast potatoes, a mint and pistachio crumb, whiskey and lavender glazed turnips, heritage carrots, and a lavender honey lamb jus.
Lamb's cooked really nicely, well seasoned on the outside. And the pistachio crumb with the mint, it's going to work beautifully with lamb, of course it is. Potatoes, crispy. Sauce is great, it's rich and dark. I tell you what, if every Irish stew tasted like that, I'd love to have Irish stew for the rest of my life.
Those turnips with the lavender honey. What a lovely idea that is. Really nice. Lavender, almost floral, keeps it fresh. I'm loving this combination. It's really doing it for me.
Thank you. I feel amazing. For John and Greg to love it so much is an absolute marvel to me. I can't believe it.
I want to say, well done. We know just how stressful your first day on MasterChef can be.
The first cook getting an apron. Is Kerry. Second apron. Alexina. Really, really fascinating food. Kerry, Alexina, come up and collect your aprons.
Bravo. Well done.
Good job.
Well done.
Can't believe it.
I can't believe it. We've got an apron.
We've got an apron.
Thank goodness we don't have to do another round.
Just ecstatic, so happy, not going to take the apron off. I could sleep in it probably. Just thrilled, yeah.
Your job now is to pick yourselves up by the bootstraps and get yourselves one of the 2 remaining MasterChef aprons. In front of you is your favourite ingredient. We want you to make for us a dish with your favourite ingredient being the centrepiece. Along with that favourite ingredient, you can use whatever you like from the larder behind us. There's herbs, there's spices, there's fruit, there's vegetables, there's all sorts of wonderful things to help you along the way. At the end of this, one of you will be leaving us. 50 minutes, let's cook.
Everything here I kind of, in my head, kind of wanted to be here, I think is here, hopefully.
Looking forward to it, I think. Very nervous.
They've got their favourite ingredient. I just hope it's their favourite ingredient to cook with, not just their favourite ingredient to eat.
Jim, are you disappointed to be cooking again?
Yeah, disappointed. Understand why I am.
What have you learned?
Timing, key. So I've just got to be very careful.
What's your favourite ingredient, please?
Cod. Cod fillet, it's incredible. So I'm doing crispy skinned cod on a chorizo and chickpea stew with a garlic aioli.
Can you crisp the skin up on it?
That's the plan.
I really hope that Jim gives us the big, bold flavours that we saw in his sauce and his mushrooms with this cod. So that means lots of rich tomatoes, lots of paprika, rich chorizo, lots of chilli, and in that aioli, lots and lots and lots of garlic.
What's your favourite ingredient here, Josh?
Cauliflower. I love it. I just like the taste, the earthiness. So I'm going to do a cauliflower curry with coconut milk, nice and mild. I'm going to attempt to do a cauliflower pakora and a little flatbread as well.
How much do you want an apron?
Really, really badly.
Is that so you can just get rid of the one you're wearing?
Yeah, it's awful, isn't it? Oh, that doesn't go out because someone bought me this as a present.
Cauliflower curry, you want to be able to make sure you've got little florets of cauliflower. They've got a nice little bite, and you can taste the cauliflower. If he boils it and boils it and boils it, it will turn into almost curried cauliflower soup. And he's going to serve that with a cauliflower pakora, which is a crispy fritter. A pakora needs to be crispy on the outside and soft on the inside.
I didn't make enough batter, which is annoying. Oh, my goodness.
You've got 25 minutes left. 25 minutes to grab yourself an apron. Your favourite ingredient is?
It's a chicken thigh, a nice staple of the weekly shop in it, a chicken thigh. I'm planning on deep frying it and having it with a nice kind of spicy, sweet curry sauce.
Ooh.
Some fragrant rice.
Ooh.
With a little onion bhaji on top.
Ooh! Have you got enough time to do all of these things?
I think I might if I don't stop.
Mike's got to make sure this chicken doesn't go dry. Hope the crust isn't too thick. The beating here is the curry sauce. He's got lots and lots of turmeric, cumin and coriander in the background. And then Mike is now adding to that coconut milk. I hope that coconut milk doesn't make it too sweet.
You have just 10 minutes left.
It's on in time. That's a start. Got to make sure it isn't overdone now.
I don't want them to get too much colour, but I want them to cook through. These bhajis are definitely done. Oh, look at that.
It's not going as hoped. The flavours in the curry aren't quite right. Tastes a bit bitter. Doesn't look particularly appetising.
You got 3 minutes. Last touches, few seconds to go. Time, gentlemen, please.
Jim's favourite ingredient is cod, which he served with a chorizo chickpea stew and a saffron garlic aioli.
Where's your skin?
Unfortunately, I crisped the skin and then basted it, which softened the skin. So I've had to remove it, I'm afraid.
Whoa. She's opening up like a book, this, Jim, look. Isn't that lovely? Beautiful, flaky fish that's really, really soft. Really thick, garlicky mayonnaise, which is also lovely. You've got that beautiful, smoky, slightly hot paprika running through the whole of the sauce. The flavours in here are wonderful.
Seasoned well, cooked really, really well. Love the look of it, love the taste of it.
Thank you.
How do you feel, Jim?
I feel happy, you know, I'm glad I got something up that's representative of how I like to cook, and I've just thoroughly enjoyed it.
I think it shows.
To celebrate cauliflower, Josh has made a cauliflower coconut curry served with a cauliflower pakora and cumin flatbread.
This broth looks very watery. That's not how you expected it to be, is it?
The pan got too hot and the coconut milk split, I think.
Right.
So that's oil, is it?
Yeah.
These flatbreads are really good.
Thank you.
There's a smokiness to them, but they're really light and quite fluffy. Your cauliflower's cooked, but we've got an oily split sauce. So the texture's not good, because everything's oily and greasy.
Yeah.
Your pakora I quite like. I really like the amount of turmeric that's in it. The cauliflower curry, which is supposed to be the star, it needs more heat, it needs more spice, and we have got ourselves a pool of oil.
The comments were fair. The main element, again, just didn't work. Just took my eye off the ball for a second and it was irreversible, unfortunately.
Last up, it's Mike with his chicken thighs, which he deep-fried and served with rice, an onion bhaji, and a curry sauce made with turmeric, chili and coconut milk.
Chicken, I think, is cooked nicely, lovely and crispy. Your onion bhaji is good. It could probably be a little bit more crispy. The sauce has a little bit of chili heat. It has a little bit of sweetness from the coconut milk, which is good. But in the background there, the predominant flavour for me is turmeric. I'd like that sauce to be more fruity rather than being sharp and sour.
The coating of the chicken is nicely seasoned. Your rice is really nicely cooked. It's light and it's fluffy. From an invention test, it's not bad at all.
It wasn't obviously like a glowing feedback, but there were still some good things. I think I've done chicken thighs justice today. I think long live the chicken thigh.
That wasn't a bad round at all. But one of these is about to have a very short-lived MasterChef career.
Oh, I love Jim's dish in this round. The fish was cooked nicely, it flaked and it fell apart.
The flood of paprika coming out of that chorizo really made that dish rather special.
Jim's got an apron.
Great.
Now we've got a discussion about Mike and Josh. Mike has cooked a really good curry sauce, maybe a bit heavy-handed on the turmeric, and really good chicken with it.
Josh did some good things. He made a pakora and he made really good flatbread. However, the sauce for his curry had split and there was a layer of grease which spoilt it.
I think we both know who's leaving the competition.
It'd be fantastic to get the apron. Be a dream. Not quite sure it's going to happen, but I'll just keep my fingers crossed.
If I had to go home today, I just won't tell anybody I did it. I'll go on the ship, I'll disappear, and I'll wait for it to happen, move on, and then I'll come back.
We know you're going to be nervous and we know you're going to make mistakes. We understand that. You've done very, very well. The contestant leaving us is Josh.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Josh.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks, guys. I was pretty sure that I was going to be the one that was going home. It just didn't work for me today. Yeah, I think the classic excuse, but pressure got the better of me, I think.
It's your colour, that.
Yeah, you look good, Mike. I'm most happy to have this because I get to cook again. And that's what I want to do now. I've loved it in here. I want more. I want more.
I'm thrilled. The competition's probably begun. Now I've got a taste of it, you've dangled the carrot. I want to stay around as long as I can.
Welcome back. All we want you to do right now is build on the good work that you have shown already. Today, you will be presenting your food not just to me and John, but to 2 invited guests in the dining room. Finalist from 2006, Dean Edwards, and champion of 2007, Stephen Wallace.
This is a really tough round because you've got to do 2 courses, 4 plates of each course. That's 8 plates of food. At the end of this, 2 of you will be quarterfinalists. Sadly, 2 of you will be going home. 1 hour and 15 minutes. Let's cook.
I hope they're ready for this, because this is a big step up.
I'd like to see somebody stick their neck out and really go for it.
Producing 2 different courses in 1 hour and 50 minutes is definitely going to be a challenge. I have practiced it in that time-ish. Ish being very important. And I'm hoping today, confidence and the adrenaline will hopefully get me through. To start, we've got a salmon ceviche with a sesame seed cracker and like a very light, smooth guacamole as well. And then for our main, we have a tikka lamb chop on paratha with a minty yogurt kind of dressing as well. I think they're 2 quite obvious polar opposite cuisines, and I want to try to prove that the different places I've been, I've learnt stuff there.
Now, the ceviche, absolutely lovely. Lightly pickled fish, as long as the fish isn't in great big slippery lumps, you know, otherwise it's not nice. A main course of lamb chop with Indian spices in yogurt, I'm happy with that. We know what we want. We want crispy lamb fat and we want pink flesh.
It needs to have a decent kick because the only other things on that plate are a paratha, which is a bread which has got butter running through it, and an onion bhaji. I would just like to see a vegetable side on there somewhere, or maybe even a bit of sauce. It just doesn't sound complete.
Oh, got to put a potato in. Oh, well, that was inevitable, wasn't it? I don't necessarily always cook one type of food. I get really into different cuisines at different points, whether it's inspired by travel or people or experiences, and I sort of delve into them further. It's just about making delicious food. That's always my focus. I'm doing a couple of Italian dishes. So starting off with red mullet saltimbocca with some crispy potatoes.
You're wrapping the fish in ham and sage?
Parma ham and sage, exactly. And a couple of purees, a butternut and sage puree and a fennel and dill puree.
Wow.
The red mullet is inspired when I used to work at the fishmonger when I was at school.
And then your dessert?
A licorice panna cotta with blackcurrant curd and a coconut twill.
These are risky combinations.
Yeah, I love panna cotta, I love licorice, and I wanted to do something a bit different.
What do you want from today?
Just want them to think my food's delicious.
Is it?
Yes.
That's a lot of flavours to be able to match up together. Red mullet, sage, salty ham. You're putting a knob of butter in there?
Yep. Adds extra richness, helps the Parma ham crisp up.
Interesting. I've never seen butter put in before. That's a nice idea. Then you've got 2 strong purees. You've got butternut squash, which is very, very sweet, and then you've got fennel, which, of course, is very, very aniseed. Can she honestly bring all those flavours together?
The panna cotta with licorice powder running through it, which is quite sweet, but also astringent on the palate, sourness that's coming from the black currants, and then bitterness coming from the coconut twill. It's big, bold, brash, and really adventurous, and I hope it works.
Cooking today for previous contestants of MasterChef is beyond exciting. I love to see people happy with the food I've cooked for them. You wouldn't know it to see my face in the kitchen, but I find it quite relaxing, ironically.
Jim is giving us 2 courses, which I think sound great. A piece of cod with leeks and bacon, well, that's a classic combination, with a beurre blanc sauce. Beurre blanc, a butter sauce. I just hope there's a little bit of lemon in the background to give it a bit more of a zing.
And then you've got Chocolate brownie, salted caramel, vanilla-flavoured cream, divine. The brownie, it's got to be firm enough to stand up, but not dry, moist enough to be unctuous, but not collapse, and packed full of cocoa. You seem to me as if you're putting yourself under a fair amount of pressure.
I want to get it right. I'm keen to make sure that what is put in front of you counts. So I've probably put a lot of pressure on myself because of those expectations I want to deliver.
What do you want from today, Jim?
Ideally, to keep wearing this in a quarter-final.
Might want to wash it first.
I want to show John and Greg that I'm not a one-trick pony. I can actually produce good food and many more beautiful dishes for them. So I'm going to show them things that I love to eat. Hopefully their taste in food is the same as mine.
I love Italy, so I'm cooking for you today ravioli, and it's stuffed with ricotta, rocket, and capers.
OK, and then the next course is?
I'm doing a Nigerian dish. It's called suyu beef. Normally, it's served on little wooden skewers, but I'm going to do it as a fillet steak with sweet fondant potatoes, a little sweet and sour crunchy salad too.
So what is in this suyu mixture?
It's got peanuts, which have been dried for about 24 hours, but it's really spicy and salty, and it's got garlic in it.
Where did you learn a Nigerian dish?
Well, my father was a professor at the university, so there was always many visiting lecturers who came to our house.
You got cooked this by a Nigerian lecturer?
Yes, but this is my take on it, and this tastes exactly like what I remember.
Right now, Kerry is just hand-rolling the pasta for that ravioli. She's not putting it through a pasta machine. My worry right now is she won't be able to roll it thin enough and that ravioli will be too thick.
The main course, as long as the beef fillet's cooked nicely, nice bit of colour on the outside. But this suya, I'm hoping, is going to turn that dish into something really special. I hope it's really spicy, because she says it's spicy, and that's why she's giving us a refreshing salad to go with it.
To find myself 15 years on, still cooking in the world of food. I've just published my 4th cookbook, would you believe? So it's been an incredible ride for me. Over the previous years, I've had winners, finalists come out of my heat, so I think I'm a bit of a lucky human.
I now work as a trends forecaster in the food, beverage, and hospitality world, and I'll mention that I've won MasterChef, and suddenly people are like, whoa, okay. So they know I've got a damn good palate. So I'm looking for something exciting on the plate that I've never tried before. I really feel for them. At the same time, I'm like, okay, show me what you've got.
Good to be back, good to see you. I'm looking forward to some amazing food today.
I agree with you. It's looking good.
Right, Mike, 5 minutes on your first course, yeah?
I'm up against it, but I'll get there.
Where's the fish?
The fish is in the fridge.
The one watch out with ceviche is you don't want to leave it in the citrus too long because the fish will go slightly woolly.
Overcure.
Exactly.
It's a lot of lime juice in there, isn't it?
Yes, there's about 4 limes in there.
There was 4 limes in that with that
Yes.
fish? Wow.
Because it's quite a simple dish, it really needs to deliver on flavour.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it, I think.
Come on, you're done, right?
Done.
Ceviche, let's go, on time, well done.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Wow.
It's a salmon ceviche with a light guacamole and a sesame seed cracker.
Great. Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thanks.
We were slightly worried it might be overcured. It wasn't. The texture on the fish was perfect. Seasoning, absolutely spot on. The cracker was crisp.
Guacamole, he's left some texture. This isn't just baby food. It's simple, there's no cooking, but I think he's done a really good job here.
I think that's very refreshing and tastes great, actually. Very, very light.
The thing is, with a simple starter like this, I would have hoped that Mike's given himself enough time to do his main course, but he hasn't even started cooking it yet.
You've got a lot to do, and you've got just 15 minutes, all right? Lamb bread bhaji, yeah?
Lamb bread bhaji.
Get it on, get it done, get it in.
These ingredients just tick all the boxes for me. I love lamb, I love mint, I love spice.
They usually look a bit smarter than that.
Making parathas is an art form, so these things better be flaky, you know, well cooked.
And if this is doughy and undercooked, it's gonna be a no-go for me.
3 minutes, please, Mike, if you can.
Yep.
Breads are cooked.
Almost. One last finishing up. Lamb. I just want that fat to render a little bit more.
Should be going now, so...
Should be going now?
Yep.
Bhaji on.
Bhaji on. Final touches.
Off we go.
Gentlemen, hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Here we go. This is a tikka lamb chop with a paratha, a mint and cucumber yogurt with a crispy onion bhaji and some green chili.
Thank you.
The lamb chop, I mean, look at that. It's a great big piece of undercooked fat on mine. Whatever he's marinated this in is nice, but it lacks earthiness. It lacks depth.
The bhaji, good flavour. Dorita, good flavour. Actually, the paratha has good flavour. A little bit undercooked. So it's a lot.
I think you're being generous. This should be crispy and flaky. It should be like pastry. And it's really lacking that.
That lamb cutlet isn't cooked. Not just the fat, the flesh. It isn't cooked properly.
And I've got a piece of bread that actually looks more like raw bread dough. That's raw bread dough. That's not cooked.
It was a complete whirlwind. The main I'm not thrilled with, but I can't change it now.
How's the fish looking?
Good, I think.
Potatoes?
They should actually be ready now. Yeah.
Alexina's main course, red mullet salt and baka, really traditional, classic. Fish cookery is very easy to get wrong.
3 minutes, please, Alexina.
Okay.
I think my biggest worry here, you've got sage puree and you've got a fennel and dill puree.
Two herbs used overbearingly can completely ruin a dish.
I like those two sauces like that. That looks good. That looks even better. Nice, 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 nice.
Thank you.
All right, go, 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 go. Well done.
Hello.
Hi.
Alexina's main course is red mullet saltimbocca, served with a butternut squash and sage puree, fennel and dill puree, and crispy potatoes.
Wow. The fish is perfectly cooked, and the Parma ham around it works beautifully.
And the purees both work together. Silky smooth, seasoned perfectly.
And even the spuds are so well cooked. This is impressive.
She's put butter between the ham and the fish, which is making it luxurious and rich. Both those purees I love. It's great, great. Right up my street.
Alexina, 15 minutes on your dessert.
Thank you.
What's to be done?
Twill, and then unmold the panna cottas.
Are they set?
Yeah, they looked like they were setting when I checked earlier. Actually,
Whenever I see a panna cotta on a contestant's menu, I start coming out with sweats.
Licorice, how's that gonna work?
It can absolutely wipe out every other flavour within that dish.
There we go. Whoa!
Very, very nice.
They look fabulous.
Looks lovely, but we've got to move.
yeah.
Twills on, twills on. Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Go, go, go.
Hello again.
Hello.
Hi.
Wow.
So for dessert, I have made you a licorice panna cotta, a black currant curd, and a cocoa nib and almond tuile.
Thank you.
Thank you. Overall, I'm really pleased. I felt in control for most of it.
That wobble tells me this is a perfectly cooked panna cotta.
I really hope I've done enough. I really hope I've done enough.
The texture is super creamy, it's light. The licorice is so inviting. It's not too heavy.
The black currant curd just cuts through everything. Yeah. Hands down, this is the best thing I've ever eaten on MasterChef from a contestant.
That is a perfectly made panna cotta. And for me, the texture of that cream with that licorice at the same time, that's like an extra gift. I think that's incredible. Leeks, done. Beurre Blanc's done.
Yeah. With simple cooking, there's nowhere to hide. Someone who's coming out here and saying, OK, I'm going to do a bit of fish, bit of bacon, nice beurre blanc, you know, OK, let's see it, but it better be damn good.
You got 2 minutes, Jim. Whoa, it's breaking it off, quick!
Oh. A lot of sauce there, mate.
Aye, aye. That's everything. Well done, Jim. On time, good fish.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
So I've done you a pan-roasted fillet of cod on leek and bacon with a beurre blanc. I hope you enjoy.
Cheers.
Thank you.
My cod, we're talking 30 seconds. It's just over, but I'm not going to quibble about that because the rest of the dish packs a beautiful punch of flavour.
I just think he needs to hold back a bit on some of it because everything's quite rich. The leeks, the bacon, the beurre blanc, it's sort of almost like beurre blanc soup.
The fish is cooked very, very well, but the big problem is the poor cod's getting lost in a pond of leeks and sauce. There's no way you can eat all that butter. No way. Are you happy with your brownie?
I am actually, John. I'm very happy with the brownie.
I like to think of myself as a bit of a brownie connoisseur, Stephen.
Really?
I love my brownies, so it needs to have that papery thin crust. It needs to be moist.
Ooh. You've got the acidic raspberries, a bit of booze. There's no escaping this dessert. And it's full on.
That looks good.
Done.
Well done, Jim.
Thank you. Hello again.
Hi, Jim.
For dessert, Jim's made a dark chocolate and walnut brownie, topped with vanilla cream, served with salted caramel sauce, and raspberries flavoured with orange liqueur.
The brownie is rich, indulgent. It's got that papery crust on top, so it adds a little bit of texture.
I'm not getting much of the walnut in there, but I think what helps it, this caramel together with that and the cream, that's when it really works. It lacks refinement, but there's some good stuff here.
That's a decent brownie. It's cocoa rich, and it's also got a nutty flavour that goes with it as well. It's not too sweet.
But when you have it all together with a caramel sauce and cream and orange liqueur and raspberries, it's just too rich.
I'm a bit disappointed. There were problems, certainly with my main course, which is frustrating.
7 minutes, Kerry.
Thank
Still
you.
making little raviolis?
Yes.
How many more you got to make?
3.
You can do this.
I can do it.
The perfect ravioli needs to be paper thin.
Ricotta soaks up seasoning, it soaks up flavours. So what I don't want is a mouthful of blandness inside a ravioli.
That's perfect. OK, they look done.
2 minutes, Kerry. Right, you happy?
Yeah, I'm very happy.
How many's each person getting?
3, it's a starter.
3.
Yeah,
What else is to go on there now, Kerry?
just Parmesan and olive oil.
Go, go, go.
There you go.
Thanks, Kerry.
Thank you.
Go on, chef.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, wow.
I have made you rocket ricotta and caper ravioli with Parmesan cheese on the top.
Excellent.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
The pasta's really delicious. The filling, it was well seasoned. You had the herbs running through it. It wasn't bland.
I'd be a little bit disappointed with 3 on there. That's a bit stingy, but that's only because I want more.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
There is saltiness from the capers inside the ravioli with the ricotta, creamy but salty. The drizzle of olive oil gives it a richness. I doubted whether she could roll it thin enough doing it by hand, but actually she's done a pretty decent job.
But we need to have a bigger portion.
Beef's cooking.
Yep.
Salad's being made. Where's this fondant?
The fondants are here. They're ready to go.
They cooked?
Well, they're cooked the way I like them.
You've only got a couple of minutes. You've got to get your flavour on your beef yet.
I don't really know what to expect with this dish. It's all about that spice mix, which comes with the steak, and I am hoping going to be blown away.
Yeah.
Smells like satay sauce. Last one, and we need to go.
OK.
Come on, Kerry, good job.
There we go.
Kerry's main course is fillet of beef coated in a suya spiced butter, served with a sweet potato fondant and a rice wine vinegar salad of cucumber, radish and shallots, garnished with black sesame seeds and micro herbs.
The beef is cooked perfectly. Maybe a little bit of a kick in the spice. I'm tasting like dry roasted peanuts. Are you getting
nice.
that?
Yes, definitely.
You know, it's just
Yeah,
that, it's
absolutely.
that sort of flavour, but it's really Moorish.
That sweet potato really works with the spice, and then the salad adds that crunch and refreshment to the palate. I think it really works. It's really interesting.
The beef is beautifully pink inside. It needs time to rest, but it's cooked very well.
The sauce is fascinating because it is like a spicy satay sauce, but there is a good amount of chili, a good amount of garlic in there. I've been introduced to something new and I like it.
I've enjoyed every moment. It's probably one of the best days of my life.
So it's been a really good round. Our guests in the dining room are mightily impressed. Which 2 of these are going to get themselves a quarter-final place? Cook of the day, unanimously, was Alexina.
That saltimbocca mullet was an absolute knockout dish. Beautifully made panna cotta. John, she's a star cook, mate. Put her through, put her through.
That's it. Now, Mike's ideas are sound. Salmon ceviche with avocado underneath and a little sesame cracker. It was a pleasing first course.
The main course, John, we were disappointed with it, so were the guests in the dining room. I'm not even sure if it had been cooked properly, it would have still have made for a great dish.
I totally agree. I think Mike, unfortunately, goes home. That means we've got 1 quarter-final place between Kerry and Jim.
Jim has cooked cod for us now twice, and twice he's cooked it perfectly. But it was too wet. A sauce isn't supposed to be drunk like a soup. I can't eat all that butter.
The chocolate brownie was cooked nicely, but I didn't want caramel sauce and raspberries with my brownie.
All in all, Kerry has had a good round. My issue with her is not allowing that beef to rest. The fondant potato worked, the spicing on the beef worked, the salad I thought was really refreshing.
She made her own pasta, rolled it all out by hand. I would have liked a larger portion. However, you can't deny those little parcels tasted good.
I'm happy with what I've cooked. Whether it gets me through or not, I just don't know.
If I got through, I can't wait to cook again. The buzz of cooking is fabulous, but I think it's going to be a really close call.
I want to thank all 4 of you, not just for your hard work today, but for the quality of your food. Well done. Well done.
Our first quarter-finalist is Alexina. Very bold, very daring, very good. The first person leaving us is Mike. Mike, thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you,
Cheers,
guys.
Mike.
Thank you.
The second person going through to a quarter-final is Kerry. Well done, Kerry. Jim, thank you very much for all your hard work.
Did yourself proud, mate. Well done.
Hey-ho. It's bittersweet. I'd obviously like to have had the chance to cook again, but I don't have any regrets, so it is what it is.
To be just a home cook cooking from my kitchen in my parents' house during lockdown and to come and cook in the MasterChef kitchen for Greg, John, Dean, Stephen, it's just been like the biggest honour.
Can't believe it.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
I'm in shock,
Brilliant.
actually.
So am I.
Wow.
MasterChef quarter-finalist. I'm exhilarated. I can't believe it. It's the best thing ever.
It's incredible. I can't believe it. But also now feeling like quite a lot of pressure. I hope I haven't peaked. That is definitely a concern.
Next time, it's the quarter-final. And Kerry and Alexina will be joining Claire and Letitia to fight for their place.
I'm not going to make it again. It's no time.
Cooking for one of the country's top restaurant critics.
This is the sort of thing that if it came out from MasterChef The Professionals, I'd go, oh, yeah, all right. This is that quality. It's brilliant.
And you can see how our 4 talented heat winners get on tomorrow evening at 8:30. Based on one of polar exploration's deepest mysteries, the chilling Ridley Scott thriller The Terror continues with a double bill about to start on BBC 2, with Bill Bailey bringing the St Patrick's Day laughter to BBC 1 tonight with his hilarious new stand-up tour, Limboland, next.